We are done with the while loop, do while loop. Now let's start with the for loop. So for the for loop, I have created a class, for loop class in the same package. Then I have written the main method public static void main string out. I have started the main method. I have started its body. I'm asking from the user to enter the number. Okay, system please enter any 5 numbers. User will enter any 5 numbers. Okay, these 5 numbers will be get from the user. So for that we have to declare some of the variables. Int number, we will have sum equals to 0. We can initialize sum inside the declaration, and then we can have number sum, and the last one we can set as we can take count. Okay, so let's suppose we have integer number, sum, and count. Why I have declared these 3 variables? I want to use these 3 variables in different coding parts. First of all, I want to use count. Here I will start my for loop for count equals to 0. Count must be less than or equals to, we can check it. Count must be less than 5, and then count plus 2. Then we will start the body for the for loop. Okay, all the other parts are just similar to all the coding that we have already done for the all for each and every loop or any system. We have to declare we have to write the class name, then we have to write the main method. Inside the main method we have to start our body. So I want user to give me any 5 numbers. Okay, I'm taking any 5 numbers from the user. Okay, I'm using for loop because I want system to stop and display the results when the count is less than 5, means the user has entered the 5 numbers. When this statement is true, then the system must be terminated. It must not continue, and it has to display the results. What will happen inside? I have used the number and sum. I will get number from the user. I have declared this variable as a number that I'm getting from the user. So input, this input, as I have used the scanner class. Okay, so inside the for loop I'm getting the number from the user, and I'm checking that number. Whatever the number is being entered by the user, it must be added into the sum. Sum is already 0. For example, if the user has entered 1, the number is 1, that one number will be incremented to 0. It means it will become 1 plus 0 equals to 1. For example, if the user is entering 2, 2 plus 0 equals to 2. Like this, the number will be added in this variable. So I have used number variable for the scanner class to get the number from the user. I have used the sum variable to add the number into this, and then I have used count for the for loop. Now once the user has entered all the 5 numbers, what the system will do, system has to present the result. Here the sum will be displayed. After the user has entered all the 5 numbers, the for loop will check whether the count, means the number that has been entered by the user, is 5. Once it has been true, this statement is true. The user has entered all the 5 numbers. What the for loop will do, it will display the results. And count also means how many numbers the user has entered. Okay, let's review. First of all, I have my class. I have my main method. Inside the main method, I am asking from the user to give me any 5 numbers. Any 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, any 5 numbers. Then I am declaring some of the variables to use them in my coding. First of all, I have used the count variable in my for loop. For loop is basically used to check whether the system has to continue or stop. The system will continue until this for loop statement will becomes false. It is similar to while loop, it is similar to do while loop. The only difference is the syntax. Here we have, first of all, count is equals to 0. This is a fixed syntax, the final syntax for the for loop. Either if you are using any variable, you have to declare it as equals to 0, and then you have to write it down whether the maximum number it has to check, and then it has to increment that number continuously until this statement becomes false. For example, user is entering number 1, okay, or either he can enter 0. So from the 0 till the 5, the system will terminate. It will continuously ask from the user to enter again and again. For example, if the user has entered 0, this statement will say, okay, let's go with another number. Okay, the user will enter 1. This statement will say, okay, go ahead. User has entered 2. This statement will say, go ahead. 3, go ahead. 4, go ahead. 5, okay, terminate, because this statement is saying the number must be less than 5. So it will say now stop. Stop and check the numbers. Whatever the numbers has been entered by the user, add them all and display the result. Okay, so the for loop syntax, you must know the syntax of the for loop, how to use the for loop. Let's run this. Please enter any 5 numbers. Here it is asking me, please enter any 5 numbers. Okay, 1. No results because this statement is running. It is saying please continuously enter your numbers. Okay, 2. Again it is saying 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have entered the 5 numbers. Now this statement is stopped. The for loop is become false. The for loop has become true, that this count is now less than 5, so please terminate the system and display the result. The sum is 15 and the count is 5. Count is 5 because I have entered the 5 numbers and the total sum of these all numbers is 15. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Yeah, it's true. Okay. That's all for the for loop. Thank you.